get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Let's go, fellas.
Down, 18 Gator.
50. Let's go one more. Tight.
Hey, Sam off. 22 Jet Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber. 5.
Off the play fake. Samuel. That's caught by Howard. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, let's go. Hey, here I come.
Now Leonard Fournette. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Here we go. 8 read. Be different.
Off play action. Samuel looking long for Westbrook. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Bravo.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Samuel connecting here with DJ Shark. Touchdown, Jaguars! DJ Shark, touchdown number 18 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he gets it past the 30, but not much further than that. And the extra point attempt snuffed down.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. That kickoff return, 104 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 to make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Check pass. Check back.
On 1st and 10, Samuel. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that, but they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game, and you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's a game of 22 yards.
You ready?
Jaguars, first down.
Hey, defense, let's
80 weapons.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake. Samuel. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Ready.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Samuel. And he finds Howard complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Set. 60 or.
Cross the pass. Cross the pass.
From the gun on 3rd down. Samuel, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. On 4th down, Samuel. The open man is Shark. It's complete. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw. Samuel. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warner. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A shotgun give to Fournette, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Throwing on first down, Samuel. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. And now the Jags are going to go for 2 here.
3, 2-18, chop.
They will run it. It's Fournette. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2.
15, run. 15, run. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Smooth.
On first down, Kenny. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keller Witherspoon. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. A gain of 6 there on first. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first and 10, Samuel. And he completes it to Westbrook. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Second and 6. The open man is Westbrook. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. That one good for 26 and a first down. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. First and 5. Looking to throw. Samuel. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. He was looking that time for Stills.
Brandon, it's not a bad time to take a shot downfield. You've got a first and 5, but you've got to hope that the worst thing that comes out of it is an incompletion. Instead, this is good coverage, and it winds up being intercepted.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Check three. Switch it. Come on, switch it. 36. Hey, Charlie. Ready?
Back to throw. Kenny. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. We'll see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Set up. 90, Wolf.
Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Deep grip, deep grip.
Looking to throw. Samuel. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him, really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Off play action. Kenny. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, Wood.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike.
Now.
Off the play fake. Kenny. Throw left side complete. That's Sharp. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along.
Set, ready? Hey, Echo. 30 base.
That's trash. That's trash. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike. Watch the pass. Kill. Turn up.
Yo, go.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Kenny escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now it's Hines. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off play action. Kenny. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He's not going to get me.
Hey, shoot.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. Jim. Watch the eye.
Ready?
On 4th down, Kenny. And that is going to be incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together...
And the Raiders have got him. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2nd and long. His throw incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back to throw. Samuel. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Off the play fake. Samuel. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Off-play action. Kenny. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator dialing that one up into great success?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go!
Operating from the gun. Kenny. Man open. It's Goodwin. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You draw quarters.
Mike 50. Drop deep, drop deep.
Fire.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Check. Night, sweetheart.
Ready.
On 3rd down, Kenny. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Look at me. Go.
Check 25. Kill. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Let go.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Down. 30 base.
44. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. He's coming.
Get it.
Off the play fake. Kenny. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch twist. Watch
61. Matchbox light. Big grip.
From the gun, Kenny. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss.
After now, and they're 3 scores down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Ready, ready! 18 Gator.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Looking to throw on second down. Samuel. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and the lead is now 24. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Ready?
Off play action. Kenny. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
And the Raider 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Hey, exit. Get it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Trey Flowers picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning.
And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown.
They can't stop you, son.
DJ Chark, his 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check, check. Here we go.
Off the play fake. Kenny. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Safe. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike.
General West.
Check 3.
Bravo. Shoot.
On first down, Kenny. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Check 26.
Now.
Looking to throw. Kenny. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Mike 50. Are you getting the headache? Check 43. Watch the safety creep.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Kenny. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You're out.
6 guard. Check 6 guard.
5.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
15. 6-6. Pull it high.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Ready.
To throw on 2nd down. Kenny. He completes it to Jones. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number 1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
Check. Lucky.
Hey, Delta. Let go.
On 1st and 10, Kenny. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
18 Gator.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Switch.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Charlie.
Begin.
Get it.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Kenny. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check.
Big grip.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Crunch. Check 9.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, wahoo! Yo, just hit it.
On 4th down, Kenny. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
80 weapon. Hey, Haywood. Snap.
From the gun, Samuel. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure You're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Squeeze.
Got four down, four down.
On fourth down, Samuel. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
51's the mic, boy, 51. He runs. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Get him.
Hey, Zoo.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Watch the slant.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action. Samuel being chased out left. And he finds Stills complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. Samuel. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Samuel, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Protein spill.
Fournette running out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So this will be a win.